Welcome to Dental Success Beyond Chairside, the podcast that's dedicated to revolutionising the way dental professionals succeed beyond the dental chair. Join us for a unique blend of insightful interviews with industry experts to help you thrive in your dental specialist practice. In each 20-minute episode, we'll delve into a variety of subjects, including HR, marketing, innovative techniques and systems, and AI to help transform your practice and unlock its full potential. Whether you're a dentist or specialist looking to enhance your practice, this podcast is your go-to resource for professional, personal, and profitable success. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dental Success Beyond Chairside. Do you find yourself constantly searching for staff, quickly hiring qualified DA with experience, only to discover they weren't as good as you initially thought? Today, I'm joined by Negar Riazati, CEO of Performia Australia. I met Negar when I took a course they offered on hiring the right people and building a productive team. Negar, can you share your story about Performia Australia with us? What makes a team and culture that a practice owner truly deserves?
Yeah, sure, Michelle. First of all, thanks for having me on. It was a pleasure seeing you go through the program and then also now to be on your exciting podcast. So thank you for having me. Performia in a nutshell, we're all about helping business owners, hardworking business owners, helping them build that team that they really deserve. And we all know the importance of culture. And everyone's culture really varies, and it's really the tone of that is set by the owner. That's really our pride and joy, is like giving the exact knowledge and tools to owners so they know how to build that really productive team that is proactive, takes initiative, that, you know, you as the owner, you love working with. And you have basically no attention on anything else but how to keep, doing the thing you love in business. A little bit about me. I actually started with Performia back in 2008 when I was 19 years old. I had done, 2 years of uni. I had 1 year to go and I was having midlife crisis that I hadn't figured out everything I wanted to achieve in life yet. I started applying for opportunities for roles and came across a trainee role with Performia, and I got the job, which was really exciting. I actually deferred my university, started the role at Performia, loved it. It helped a lot of people. Within a few months, I was heading the production services division. And basically, the following year, I didn't want to leave my university 1 year undone. So I went back and did that full time, and I still kept my role at Performia full time. So I did both things full time, which was a great fun and challenge. And basically, that's how I grew my journey with Performia and became general manager in 2012. Went over to China to help set up the office there, came back and took over from the director, Gareth, in 2017, where I became CEO. I've always been pretty hands-on with the clients. We do a lot of things. We deliver training, seminars, events, and we're very much education focused and all built around giving that knowledge and tools that enable these hardworking people so that they can build that team and culture that they really deserve. And of course, to build that amazing team and culture, it starts with who we hire. It all starts from that very first step.
Absolutely. And I think knowledge and what to actually do is something that we need to learn. That's why I was drawn towards the course that I actually did, because it talked about so many aspects of that initial process. That's where you have to really find out who you want to hire, how they fit in your team. Your resources in doing that are just extraordinary, with the fact finder of understanding what the values of the people are at your practice and who you are, what your values are as well, and then setting that person up to know exactly who you're after. I find that a lot of people, they just like, oh, we need a dental assistant and they need to have experience. Then they go and hire them. In fact, when I was on your course, there was 2 dentists there, and this one dentist said, oh my gosh, I just hire them. They come and they apply, they've got experience, and I hire them because I know down the road's going to get them and I just need to get them as soon as possible. And she said, then I'm performance managing them 3 months later.
Yeah, absolutely. You're exactly right with that. It's like a lot of people just go, okay, I need to hire someone. The first thing they do is they open up Seek or other platforms and they launch and get an ad up there. The job ad is actually the most first important step of the entire hiring process. In fact, it's the most important quality control filter for the entire business. If you think about it, 99% of problems in life and in business, you can almost trace everything back to something someone did or didn't do or forgot to do. And you can trace everything back to a hiring decision, really. The hiring strategy is the most important part. And if we talk a little bit about the ad, and you talked about the fact finder, which is a step we talk about before getting the job ad done. It's like we want to get all the key information about the role. And we talk about really make sure you have that perfect picture in mind about who you want for that role. We really sort of define it across those 4 factors we call the performance, personality, motivation, and knowledge. We specify those and then we write the ad from that. The ad is really important because you might have seen on the job board, over 95% of ads, they're selling the job, aren't they? They're like, come work here, great job, great pay, we'll give you more. It's like, we're next to the train station, we'll give you a parking spot, we'll give you support, we have a great team, we have a great culture. Sell, 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 sell. When they don't get enough candidates or there's a bit of a shortage, what do? They do this even more. So now they're selling even more, right? So, and it's not their fault. This is not their fault. Like we deal with owners in all industries. This is what the world is telling them. This is what a lot of coaches or consultants or recruiters or the job board itself is telling them to do. But unfortunately, this actually achieves the opposite result because the next thing that they tell us is that this person is already leaving after a few months, or they're not doing that thing I wanted them to do, or they're like, I have to tell them 5 times to get that done, or they want this, this, and this. And it's because of that ad. It's like that ad actually attracted someone that was more focused on their own self-interest, more focused on money and benefits.
And that's what's happening in the dental industry now. Those qualified assistants are going around, okay, what remuneration? Well, I want to get paid this per hour. And it's like, okay, yep, we'll just do it because we need you as quickly as possible. And that's exacerbated, obviously, your expenses and then reducing profitability and then not getting the right person. The cost of actually replacing a person, I heard yesterday, was something in the vicinity of $21,000. So it's huge if you don't get the right candidate as well.
I've actually heard it's a lot higher, like the cost of hiring and for people is like very high, but we've got to get it right. We're not against paying people good money. It's like, and like pay rises for sure. What we want to talk about is creating a culture where people are not just focused on pay and benefits and what's in it for me kind of attitude. Because those people are actually very hard to work with. They're tough to work with, you see. Absolutely, we want to give pay rises to people. Absolutely, we want to reward. But it's like, it's got to be tied to value-added contribution.
Absolutely.
So right from the start, we need to attract people who are more interested in how they can contribute. We want to hire accomplishment-focused people.
I was just going to say, and that's with Performia, that's really good because I've been hiring 25 plus years writing ads, but I never knew about writing ads. You look at other ads, as you said, it's not their fault. It's like, okay, well, this is what we need to do. You might get the Seek assistants to help you. I've never had training. I've had training on interviewing and you get ideas from basically Google or now ChatGPT about what to do. But I never had actual training on writing an ad or understanding that person. Performia's look at performance and then personality and then their motivation to be there. And lastly, qualifications. I really feel it fits in so well and it can fit into dentistry.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, ultimately, we want to add people to our business who are going to help. We all want good help. We all want people who are going to help us achieve our goals. It really just starts off with that upfront messaging. We don't want to hire everybody. A lot of people say we don't discriminate, we don't have biases. In reality, we all have to discriminate. If we don't, we have to hire everybody who applies. But the question is, what are you discriminating on? That's the key thing. What we want to discriminate on is the potential to add value and contribute. We want to screen off that first thing. One of the things I've noticed a lot in the dental industry is that there's a lot of focus on experience. And to be honest with you, it's actually not even just dental, it's all industry. Everyone thinks they're unique, but everyone's actually got quite the same challenges. They focus on resume, experience, knowledge. They assess really hardly on the resume. Is the right resume? How did the person present themselves? one of the things as business owners we all have to get really good at is seeing the person behind the resume, behind the mask. Because there are some really amazing people out there who may not have a good looking resume. They might not present great in the interview or in the application process. As interviewers and owners, it's like we need to have a better way to cut through all of that and see what's the real potential of the person.
Now you're talking about that, it reminds me of a girl when I was working back at the bank a very long time ago. I was the assistant manager, and the manager we're employing a new staff member. And I remember this girl coming in, and it's just like, oh my goodness. And she just didn't present really well. She was enthusiastic and things like that. Anyway, with a uniform, we can get her to present okay. And I feel that she really had that motivation, and she ended up to be one of the best performing. She became my assistant when I became a manager.
Amazing.
And she was probably one of the best assistants that I ever had. She came from exactly what you're saying. Her resume wasn't that great. Her presentation wasn't that great, but she was one of the best employees I ever had.
That's amazing success. Good on you on spotting that, because some of the most professional candidates, the candidates that present the best, have the most professional resume, they might have also had a lot of practice because they're constantly job hopping. Because some of the people who have the least practice are the ones that stay in the jobs the longest. I've hired a lot of people who didn't have a resume, and it's like performers. They don't even hit the job market. You find that they're leaving. They go, "What? You're leaving? No, come interview with us." They've never built a resume, So this is an extreme case, obviously, but it's designed to get people to we want to challenge people to think differently.
So, Negar, you've got a success story with a dentist over in Victoria who did your course, and what happened with him and his team now and his culture? What's he saying?
Look, there's a lot of them, but I guess I think the one you're talking about practices in Endeavour Hills.
Yes.
He's actually got a really great team, and he's a great business operator. And the thing that makes him really special is that he really understands, Darshan, he really understands and appreciates the value of good people, good team. When he came to us, it's like he actually had a pretty good team. He was a great operator, and he just really understood the importance of getting your team to be their best. But with him, sort of what had happened was, as every business owner experienced, you hire some wrong people, and then now it creates more work for the team, or then you have to resort to temp agencies, and that makes it even worse sometimes. Then they stopped hiring because they just didn't want to get it wrong. And it was during COVID, and he'd been referred to us by another practice, Dr. Becky Chen. He came and did the training. After that, he just became so much more confident to know exactly how to write ads that attract the right people. I think that was actually one of his first biggest takeaways, was the ad. Just changing the ad and being able to be brutally honest with what he wanted. He had a pretty good team and great culture, and he's continued to really maintain that. But the key, I think, for him has been able to protect it. He's been able to protect that team culture by making sure he hires the right people, having the right tools, and his business and team grew from that too. But I've got to give it to him. He's a great business and a great operator, very appreciative of the right people, and he's got really good principles. So he was able to really grasp and sort of take every tool out of the training and really make it his own and apply it. And that's the thing, not everyone applies everything. You can't just watch any sort of training and then just listen to it and expect to take a magic pill and it makes it better. We don't have that magic pill. We have no red or blue pill that you take and now life is, amazing. It's hard work. To be honest, it's not for everybody. It's for people who want to build that great team, want to build that championship, dare I say, want to get to that next level, and they're ready to do the work. We can give them the exact training and the steps and the flows, but they've got to do the work to implement it. So if someone wants to just sort of cruise, not do the work, they will only go so far.
Absolutely. And Dr. Darshan, I just remember him saying, I was going away and we had a hygienist, a new dental assistant, and he thought, what's going to happen? This person just came up to him and said, okay, so we're going to do this training with her, and she's picking up things really quickly and we're really happy with this. So that's what's happening while you're away. And you could just see the air lifting as you saw him speak. It's true with everything, Negar. If you're going to do something, you have to invest the time, you have to invest the effort to get that return. And that return has been seen by so many dentists with doing it. And to be honest, over a lifetime, you're going to probably be doing hundreds of interviews, writing hundreds of ads, because people will be moving. So you're going to have to be replacing your team, even though you obviously want to attract and retain people. Things do happen in life, children, whatever. So having these foundations with what Performia offers, with understanding how to write the ads, which is obviously the very beginning of the journey of someone coming into your team, is crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, hopefully you don't have to write hundreds of ads, but I think for dental practice, it's probably like, 5 on my board. It's 5 key positions, that you might hire for in a, for typical dental practice. So I think it's all about getting those role descriptions really clearly defined. Write the ads, keep tweaking them until it becomes the golden goose that keeps getting really good people. And then it's about refining that, but it starts with that core foundation. But you're absolutely right.
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with us, Negar?
What I would say is, I guess one key message I have for business owners is like, whether you're having it a bit tough right now, doesn't matter where you are on your journey, whether you've got a team that you really love or you've got some challenges with your team, just knowing that there is a solution. You can build that team that you really deserve. And don't feel it's normal to have so many people or HR issues. I guess that's actually one key message you want to get out there more as Performia, is that don't feel you have to tolerate all of that. Don't feel it's the normal. Don't feel that it's not possible to have a team that love your business even more than you. That's all possible, and you can have a team that truly take initiative, are proactive, and want the same goals as you do for your business, and really take care of it like their baby. So it is possible to get those people. Don't ever feel defeated. And whenever you restart that journey to hire the right person for your business, don't start on a defeat. Realize that the right person's out there. Your job is just to attract them to your practice, but do that by selling challenge and selling them the mission and what they can accomplish at your practice. Don't go and sell the benefits and the glamour, because that only attracts the wrong people.
Interesting. I think a lot of dental people and our listeners will be thinking, okay, that's quite different to what I do. But to be honest, the biggest pain point I see in most practices I attend is human resources, and it's the people that they have on the team. So having something like Performia and, outsourcing at HR services to some description is a great idea to help owners, because they can't do everything. Understanding that they can't do everything is important, and understanding that it isn't normal to have this horrible team, because you can do something about it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you, Negar, for being on today. For more information about Performia, including links to their website and social media profiles, check out the episode description. Negar, thank you for sharing your journey with Performia from being a 19-year-old and going through your midlife crisis. I did have a bit of a laugh about that. And I really appreciated you sharing your wisdom with us and what you've learnt over that time. And as I said, the course that I did was just extraordinary and has been very beneficial to me personally. So thank you, Negar.
My pleasure, and thank you again for having me on.
Thanks, Negar. Bye.
Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast or YouTube channel. Your feedback helps us bring you more valuable content and inspiring stories from leaders in the dental industry. In our next episode of Dental Success Beyond Chairside, we'll be joined by Lynn Carmen, founder of Link Dental. Lynn's expertise lies in helping dental practices find the right team members who align with their values and culture, making the hiring process smoother and more successful. If you're looking to build a stronger, more cohesive team, you won't want to miss this episode. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.